With all this advice on the interwebs, it's kind of hard being you in real life for real. Welcome back to What's in Your Skillet. Today, I'm going to show you how to make what was supposed to be brown butter double chocolate chip bars that turned into brown butter double chocolate chip brookies. Now, what should we start with? The divisive bad advice that's floating around the interwebs, or how we got from cookie bars to brookies? Let's stick to relevancy first. Cookie bars to turn brookies sounds like a really bad dessert joke. But the way that these baked out, a gentle outer crunch led to a soft and chewy inner bite, which really reminded me of a brookie. And I was in love with these when I was pregnant with my daughter. So it was a cool trip back down memory lane. Anywho, I believe my mistake was browning the butter, and that may have affected the moisture in the cookie. Either way, it's a deliciously rich and decadent dessert that's perfect for you, the family, and or friends. Now, for the constant divisive advice that's given under blanketed concepts or generalizations is quite alarming nowadays. And it's definitely because of social media. Social media has allowed for so much inclusive division. Inclusive division, I would define it as being only included in groups that distance or divide themselves from opposing thinkers and or put them down for not being in their particular group. So think about it. Everyone's welcome to fit into certain groups and subgroups of the interwebs. But once the barrier breaks down and explorations of other groups are discovered, you can bet your bottom dollar some sort of divisive situation will arise. If you simply apply the ongoing argument of men versus women, that's been a conversation since the beginning of time. Since the explosion of fear on social media, and I'm not knocking or supporting this group, I'm just using it as an example because it's one of the most relevant that I've seen encompass all people from diverse backgrounds. But in my opinion, there has been an over-the-top heated ongoing argument between men and women of all walks of earth. Discussions that used to simply be had amongst friend groups or in respective gender group settings, such as hair salons or barbershops, for example. And that was for the most part because we understand the intermingling of life. These discussions would be had and we go back to living our lives commingling. But now, these conversations are taking place on such a large platform with so many personal feelings and emotions being tied into it that it's simply become a cesspool of just opposite gender hate, which is creating more division than I've ever seen amongst these two groups, to the point that it's creating, in my opinion, irreversible damage in our inner groups and society as a whole. Men and women have to work together for the ongoing continuation of society, but because of individual personal experiences that add shape to the generalized beliefs we currently hear, the togetherness is shifting into solo doloship. And typically I would say to each their own, but I can't, because it's bigger than just you and me. In any situation, there's give and pull. Someone has to give, someone has to pull, regardless of the situation. It will never work one-sided, and that's for anything that involves more than one person. Compromise. And I'm not badgering anyone or any group in particular. I'm just an observer of life, and I'm over the division that keeps arising in society because we think our own beliefs are what everyone should believe and live by. And that's for both sides of every aisle. But that's also just a little food for your skillet.